Hi, I'm Sultan now. Today I'm here at a place called Shipley. I'm going to take a walk alongside the river. Let's go and take a look. Right, I'm just going to walk towards what's running through here. It's a canal. Leads to Liverpool Canal. So just going to cross over the bridge, and there's a little map that tells you about this walk, about to go on. So let's take a scenic route just over the lock. There we hear a train horning. There we go. Yeah, this is Hirst lock. Looks like because we've had a bit of a rain, plenty of water overflowing. Well, some water. Yeah, we've got the lock, water seeping through it. Right, there's a map over there, so I'm just going to show you that tells you about the walk. This bit, Airedale Greenway, Saltaire, Shipley, Binley, Crossflax or what have you, local town places. Right, now we'll go and take a look what's on the signboard here. Welcome to Hirst by a century. Well, we built in 1816, right behind us. Riverside walk, riverbank and woodland walk, 2.6 kilometres, 1.5 miles circular. So that's what we're going to do. And by the looks of the maps, there it's signposted river walks. So to begin with, it's a road for residents only, and it's a nice path to walk on. Yeah, we're heading towards the river Aire. So I think this is the way towards it. Yeah, again, nice scenic corridor of trees, and the fence on the right, which is leading towards the river Aire. That's the riverside walk. Then there's it said on the signpost about woodland as well. So just 1.5 miles walk, circular. There's an all disintegrate wall, some clearing here, and old stone monument here. So where are we going? Yes, we'll cross the bridge here over the river Aire. That's river Aire below us. Heading, I think I googled it, it's this river Aire, it's about 90 miles long, 104 kilometres, 144. If you convert it from miles to there's an estate of housing. Yeah, there's also a weir here, which is quite scenic. A friend of mine who's he used to be actually my window cleaner for my mum in a shop years ago. Then he retired somewhat, and now he's apparently a ranger that looks after these things and volunteers. And he mentioned that this particular weir here is collapsed. I did a video on it, a short video. It wasn't much of a vlog. I just filmed it, stayed silent on it. I filmed it a couple of times, and it's quite scenic when it's got water in it, and when it hasn't. I forgot this beck that runs into it. Lord, it's coming up from Building Ball. Lord something beck. What the name of it? But anyway, this beck, it's coming from Bildermore, and it's adding to the weir here. They're saying it's collapsed. I don't know if that's the right word, but here we go. It's a different kind of weir. As you can see, it's holding the water back as well, but before it does enter here, it's got a lot of scenic stones spread across. There we go. Let's take a closer look. Here we are. Beautiful sound of nature water. Here we are. Take a closer look still. What we at? Yeah, lost it. There we go. Quite scenic. Walk around the other side and take a. Yeah, I've just remembered the beck that's coming down from up there. It's a Lord Pit beck. That's what it's called. And it's coming from up from Shipley Glen, Bildermore. Right, round the corner, taking a look at it from a different angle. The weir, they said it's collapsed. I don't know. It does seem there. Seems a bit of a dip. So it's somewhat, maybe that's what it's, where it's broken. But this is the view of a weir on River Aire, which apparently runs for 90 miles. Oops, nearly fell down a hole. Right, on we go. Yeah, this walk, that signboard that we read is just over a mile and a half walk, a circular, and we've got what we got here, a boating club. So on the map as well, and they're in action today. Gonna be rowing boats. There we go. And river's quite calm at this end for now. Quite wide and deep, I assume. And we've got them dodgy looking. I call them dodgy because they can be moody, these Canadian or Canada geese. By the looks of it, they're not in the river today, they're in a field. God knows what for. Here we go. Yeah, it's not encouraged to feed these ducks anymore because they're a nuisance. They poo everywhere and what have you. So let's take a look over the field of where the ducks are and cows. Right, back on the path towards as I remember by looking at the map, we're walking alongside the river here, as it said on the signpost, riverside walk. But after a bit, there's crosses path with the Leeds Liverpool Canal, and there's a viaduct which runs over this river. So that's where we'll cross over. There we go. There's somebody practicing on a boat. Good exercise and pastime as an hobby. There we see another boat, which is well, good hobby. And what we've got here, some woodlands, maybe not just yet. Yeah, they seem like we've come to the bit where there's a bit of a woodland. What do we have here? We've got a little drainage from the groundwater from the woodlands from the right hand side. There. And quite scenic. It's autumn and the leaves are falling. I've always been trying to Google, you know, when exactly do leaves fall, and the colours. Some of you see pictures on internet, the nice rusty orange reddish colours. And I just wanted to see, Google what particular trees, and the Google results don't make any headings, made any sense to me. There we go, some mallard ducks. Beep, beep. Here's a precarious bit, you don't want to slip in there. Right, is this a woodland? Well, there's a woodland, and there's a felled fallen tree. Future sediment for the river. Even tried to Google these red berries. Some there, look. Right, muddy bit, just jump over it. I recognise that's the fern. It's some more muddy here. Why, what was I saying? That some tall grass there, and that's quite scenic as well on the right hand side, the woodland. It's getting the walk's getting more of on the right hand side, not the left hand side. That's a woodland there as well. So this walk was signposted as riverside walk and woodland. So here we are, the combination of two on this stretch. We've got the river there, and we have the woodland. There's a yellow dot on that tree. Sometimes these yellow dots are marked on trees to indicate their health. So I've seen these in other woodlands. They're marked to say if they're going to be felled in a hurry or took down, because there could be a danger. It was the case of the walk I did in Judy Woods, but I'm just guessing here. I don't know what them markers really mean in this part. But this is a quite scenic, steep embankment. You can just imagine when it rains, all the water adding to this river air. So yeah, we'll at one point we'll cross over via a viaduct over this river. At the beginning, where the locks were, is where we saw the canal. Leads to Liverpool Canal. And now it's getting more scenic. There's a embankment on the right, and there's a canopy and a corridor of trees. Dry wall here, which is probably it's been higher there, and we have an uneven path here, a bit of a dip, and you can see a climb. You can also see the viaduct now as well. So there it is. There's the viaduct, which it's carrying the canal. So we'll go and soon join it from a path somewhere. Let's have a look. Well, I'm almost parallel with the what's down there? It can, nope, it'll go down there. Can't go down there. Right. Okay. So we've now, this bit is the viaduct, which is carrying water over the river there. But if we start walking back from this way, it's gonna take us back to where we started. So we need to get over this, but not go back. And I see a bridge ahead, which will take us on the opposite bank, and then we'll head towards Hirst Woods. What's that in the distance? Is that a weir? I can see a splash of water. It looks quite narrow, but I don't know. You can't. No, it's another lock, because canals don't have weirs. So this, yeah, it's another lock. We'll get a better view over it, over the bridge with it. So there we go. This is the footpath. There's a path going down there. Leads to nowhere, I think. But there we are. Canal with a lock there. So we're just past this housing and I think we're good to go for the Hirst Woods. It's autumn now here in England, and we're in October, and we're on a road. It might be private or it might be restricted. The people that live here can bring their vehicles, and we've got water treatment area just over to the right. Here we are. A lot of some security grills. I think this is some kind of works to safeguard there. Them looks like flats in there. Safeguarded tools that from work, from thieving people, and quite a swarm of little flies brushing across my face, and I've got to keep my mouth shut, otherwise I'm end up swallowing them. So where are we now? So that's the river below us, and I'm not going to follow the river. I've got to get myself to the Hirst Woods. So now, as you can see, came up them steps from there, over that bridge. We're on the opposite bank, and you can see the water treatment in action there. So we walk along here and take a right somewhere where we can enter the Hirst Woods. Now this a circular walk on 1.2 miles. It can actually be, I mean, there's no restrictions, walked other way around. I've done this walk halfway the opposite direction, and you don't have to be a rocket scientist to do it the opposite way. It's only a small short walk of 1.5 miles. Here we are. We're now leaving the canal and entering the woods. Here we are. So with a little bridge down there. Oh, that's probably a beck. It's not the main river. So we'll just walk up this little embankment, and there's uphill there further still, but I think I've just seen the local dog walkers walk along here just now, so I think it's a better path. Right, where are we now? Yeah, I'm just going with my bearings with the steepness of the water, so we're going to walk uphill from here. And autumn, and we've got a little carpet of fallen leaves through this woodland walk. It's here in Shipley, Bradford, West Yorkshire, Hirst Woods. Hirst Woods or Hirst Wood, it's what you need to Google, and it's local. Now the splat is taking a fork. Just gonna go with my instinct and just take the left one. Here we are. There seems to be an opening ahead. I hope I'm going the right way. We've got a pile of logs, which is quite scenic as well in its own way, which is got an old remains of a tree there, just a stump left. Here we are, looking ahead, woodland again, an old relic of a tree. Walk through the dense woodland now. We've got these evergreen. So I don't know which. Oh, there we see a squirrel. I think I'm on the wrong path, so I'm gonna switch over. Is there a path on this side? No, there isn't, so I don't have a choice. Again, carpet of fallen leaves. In this part I saw on Google, in this woodland, there is a patch where the leaves that have fallen are rustic orange red in colour, like the pictures that you see on internet what photographers post. So if I'd walked the other way in the circular walk, I know it as soon as you enter the woodland, the area comes up. And I also tried googling are there particular trees that shed them colours of leaves, and it was really mumbo jumbo to me with the results. There's apparently quite a few trees that do, and I think the closest results what I could understand was like something beech tree. So we're at an opening now. I think this is the bit where there is a so-called beech trees and fallen reddish, rustic, orangish leaves. They're not that much of an orange, but with this opening, I'll take a pan across sideways. It's quite scenic. So and this is the best I could capture of fallen autumn leaves. And we've got some, by the looks of it, bonfire wood. And take a pan across. I'll just walk a bit further before I start walking it back. So there we are, an opening with rustic leaves. There we are. So now we're heading towards the end of this walk, so let's press ahead. And this walk and woodland is quite popular with dog walkers as well, as you can see ahead. It's a good exercise for it's a good exercise for the animals. And if you chose to wander off the main path, the beaten track, there's a walk down there. Well, you could take a walk down there. There's a little beck that adds to the river there, and if we'd continued walking along the embankment of the canal, we would have come out from that side. So it's quite an open woodland of if you want it to not do this simple circular of 1.5 miles, if you want it to go back the way we came, but slightly different path. Obviously you would have walked 3 miles, but then you get to see other part of the woodland. So we're just round the corner now from the car park. So what have we seen on this walk? We saw squirrel, we saw Canadian geese in the field, cows, some the ducks, what they call now, I don't know, some forgot what the ducks called now. There are types of ducks, mallard ducks, that's it. And now we've got a bit of a inlet there, like a woodland, and if you wanted to just deviate, I suppose you could. And we've got the boundary fence just there, by the looks of it, under the size of a football field. And just over there, it's the another part of the woodland that if you want to deviate off the path, there's no stopping that. You want to go and explore that bit as well, I suppose. So what else? Right, there's a car park just ahead with a turnstile in sight. Usually I like to do my walks around swollen rivers, waterfalls with water in it, but the only problem is we've not had much rain locally, so going to visit a reservoir or a lake, not a lake, river or a waterfall would probably be a disappointment, because there's nothing here we are, turnstile, just go through this, nothing overflowing from them. So shall I just do my outro here? But back in the car park, I'll you know what, I'll go and do my outro from the canal, which is Leeds-Liverpool Canal. So I'll do my outro as I'm walking towards it. You've been with me, Sultan, or here in Shipley, Bradford, West Yorkshire, on a riverside walk and woodland. So until next time, see you, bye. Just before I switch off, I'm going to just point the camera towards here